daddies, metal daddies, metal daddies, metal daddies. Metal daddies.
Welcome back to Death Metal Daddies. My name is Jeff,
Howdy, howdy. I'm Silas.
and you're back for another week with us here at Death Metal Daddies. So yeah, how's your week been?
Um, Not too bad. Still on the grind to get my truck legal. I tried to replace the horn. I've swapped the horn so far. I'm basically trying to get my horn to work,
Hmm.
and I don't know what's causing the problem. I've replaced the horn, checked the fuses, those are good, and I'm guessing it's the horn switch. I don't know. It's kind of iffy and questionable because it looks like the steering wheel has been altered, like it has a used part on it already, so I don't know. Anyways, I found a whole entire new steering wheel and airbag horn combo on eBay for like 350. I made an offer for 200. It was accepted like the next day. So it's already shipped and expected to be here tomorrow. So
I
hopefully
gotcha.
I can just swap that bitch out, put that thing in and good to go. And I can take it and get it licensed and all that fun
Hell
shit.
yeah, awesome.
Yeah, other than that, man, not too much else. Hot as balls.
Yeah,
Kind of been a trend lately. Um, yeah, man. Pretty much same old around here.
I
What about you?
gotcha. Not a whole lot. Had went to Annie's track meet on Friday. Because it's just about an hour away, just here in Springfield area.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
so that was nice. Got to see the whole thing. Um, do high jump or no long jump, 100 and 400. She PR'd, got 8 foot on her long
Sweet.
jump. She'd never gotten even close to that. She was usually doing like 6'4", 6'2", but new
Wow.
PR. So excited for
Heck
that.
yeah.
Happy for her. She's
That's
now
awesome.
started private basketball lessons again with someone who it was this girl who went professional overseas, and already the she's already learning a lot more. Her end of her first practice, she was able to dribble behind her back. So yeah, it's
Wow.
yeah, it's she's getting
That's cool.
good, getting
Heck yeah,
exciting.
man.
Other than that,
That's fun, dude.
not a whole lot, just a lot of cleaning. Um, that's been about it. Off the next 2 days. Excited for that.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Heck
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that typical or did you just take vacation days or?
Yeah, I took 2 vacation days simply because Danny's going up to Jeff City area for photo shoot overnight. So I'm just
Oh, okay.
gonna stay home, watch kids, and then I have all next week off just for some relaxation since it also seems like everyone is kind of taking a lot of leave in this dead month of July.
Yeah. It is it's hot, dude, and it's just like it's so demoralizing kind of for work, especially when once it hits that like 2 to 4 p.m. range, I am like just exerted of all energy.
Hmm.
But I mean, I'm working outside in it too, so it's just it's beat me down all day today. I'm pretty tired tonight, but it was just nonstop, man. I mean, I'm drinking so much fluids, but it's just like it's running through me at this point, just sweating it out, dripping head to
Yeah.
toe, man. No time. But yeah, I heard the expression. It's like the dog days are officially here. So, like, where did that come from? Dog days?
I don't really know. I've never really
Like, I don't know what
understood
that
that.
means.
I've never understood that turn of phrase or like what it's
Yeah,
supposed to mean or what it comes from. So I never actually used that one.
I guess I'm thinking of it like, is it just like a dog laying there, like total nap mode? Like, is that what I mean? Because I mean, I could see that being real hot. You don't want to be that active. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either. Oh well.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's it for my week. Kind of uneventful. But we had some eventful stuff with new releases. You were ready to talk about some New
We did.
releases.
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
What are you guys listening to?
Weekly playlist.
Weekly playlist.
Weekly playlist. Weekly
New releases. All right. Kind of a smaller list, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like this month has also been kind of dead for new releases as well.
Yeah, not real
But
active.
yeah, but there's still a lot of stuff we can talk about. Let's just start off though with these singles. I'm not gonna lie, I actually love all three of these singles. Um,
Okay.
but I know there's probably one you probably love more than the others. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and start off by talking
Yeah,
about this because there's also some metal news attached to it. What was your favorite single of this week?
definitely. Um, it was absolutely 100%. Well, it's actually not on this playlist, but we shared the video. Mine was Peelingflesh's Midnight. I
Oh
don't know if
yeah, I
we're going to
forgot
talk
all
about
about
that,
that.
but
Yeah, let's talk
but
about that. I
yeah.
forgot all about that. That is a
Okay.
similar. Everything I said fits the same thing, I
Yeah,
guess.
it still fits. So yeah. That is hands down my favorite drop of recent news, and it just like 2 days ago, I think.
Yeah.
We're recording now on Tuesday, so but it was like a midnight drop, but dude, the song goes so hard. It's Peeling Flesh with their track Midnight, and it's only like a minute 40 something, which is pretty ridiculous. It's like got a high production video to go with it that's super sick. It's all just real good quality, man. Even the sound of it is just that it's so thick, full. Um, it just sounds awesome, man. It's a great song though. It's just a constant like breakdown. It just breaks down like in phases throughout the song. I love it, dude. But that I thought that was very badass, and that is the track Midnight from Peeling Flesh, and they are also announced that they are dropping an album. What was it? September 26th,
Yeah.
I think is what it's called. And this is and that one is going to be called um I don't know. I was hoping to find it on Spotify.
Uh,
I don't know. They don't have the album name on Spotify, but
I want to say it's PF Radio 2.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, PF Radio 2. And I think that's September 26th or something like that. So, got a new release coming from Peeling Flesh, which I think is super badass, man. Very pumped for that one.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, badass song for sure.
Yeah, it was surprising because I remember I think I showed a video. It seemed like they debuted it live, but the music video does it so much better. And
Right?
I will say that it is very sample heavy, but also like I feel like it makes everything just hit that much more. I almost
Hmm.
wonder if maybe this is like the opening track of it because it has like the very like not really a typical song structure, just very much like an intro track to the rest of the
Yeah.
album.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a takeoff, or it's like, the build up with the sample at the front, and then it just like kind of takes off into a sick beat, and then it like kind of stops, breaks down, and then it's just, yeah, chunky breakdown after chunky breakdown to finish it out pretty much. But yeah, I could definitely see that. Seems like kind of in that time span too, like a minute something. So yeah, probably like an intro or something like that. But yeah, sick as shit, dude.
Hell
Love that.
yeah. Yeah, glad to see it. Look, because you brought it up on this. It seems like that, like seems like high end production, and even not only for the video but also the music. So it almost seems like maybe the record label Unique Leaders is seeing how popular
Yeah.
this band is getting and just throwing more money behind them.
Oh
Because
yeah.
also that's more money they had to put into them recording and releasing another new album when their previous one just came out last year, and I want to say it was like late last year.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, it's great to get some new Peeling Flesh already, man. Definitely unexpected. It's great whenever I love when a band does this and it kills. Like
hmm
it's so expected whenever a band does a year release after and it's just kind of meh. you know. Like it's always like, you should have waited on that one. But
Hmm.
this one is just like, no, give me more, dude. I'm fucking all here for it. Absolutely. But yeah,
Hell yeah.
that was my favorite release. I could guess what your favorite release is, but why don't you tell me?
Because I didn't even think about counting Peeling Flesh, but I was anticipating it was going to be this brand new single, also building up to a surprise new album for the
Yes.
Acacia Strain. The song is A Call Beyond, and their new album coming out, I think October or something. Uh,
Yeah.
what's it called? You Are Safe from God Here or something like that?
Yeah. And theirs is 10/24, I think. October 24th or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are safe from God here or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. Is I because you brought the concern a couple, want to say a month or two ago that when they were doing the writing process, he says we're recording the music we want, not the one that people expect,
Yeah.
which is always a little scary. It's like, okay, so what are you gonna do? But I feel like this song fits with what they've been doing. It still has the typical Acacia Strain sounding and has like the super fast parts that I feel like has been more prevalent in like the Flourishing album, or no, the
Mm-hmm.
Step Into the Light album.
Yeah.
Uh it does seem though that this album, as opposed to their past, I guess, three albums where it seems to be more nature based, this seems to be more religious based because even on the track lists, they all seem to have some kind of religious thing to it in some way. Like it opens up, it looks like the Eucharist 1 ends with the Eucharist 2. So
Mm.
and also with those titles, I'm always wondering if maybe it's gonna have a weird album structure to where it starts off with a really long song and ends with a really long song, like the Doomier side that they've been experimenting with. Um,
Okay.
but it's exciting. I do like this song. It's I'm not a big fan of the opening lyrics though, because I don't feel like they make that much sense. Um, did you listen to this one?
Yeah. So I I don't know. I kind of had an opposite reaction. I was honestly kind of felt like, oh, dang it. I was kind of hoping it was going to be better, or I was going to be, I was going to like it more. But I love that first riff. I just felt like that first riff it sounds like it should be a chorus. It sounds like it should be repeated again in the song. And
Hmm.
that is something that this band has done previously, and it drives me crazy. But I want to say the other song that they did it with is Ramirez. Or what's the one that opens up with that badass like
Oh, is that Impaler?
yeah, Impaler. That song, like that riff, I wanted repeated again in that song. I was like, and you don't get it at all. It's just like the intro riff, sick as shit, and then that's it. And this song, the same thing. It's just that bam bam dun, 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 dun. It's so catchy, dude. It sounds like it would be a catchy riff, perfect for like a repeated segment in the song, but no, they don't do that. And they kind of did stick with to like it seems like the same kind of blueprints that they've been. That's cool and everything, but I just didn't find it as catchy as the songs on that album. And I even think that they kind of sound like they're almost, whereas the last couple albums have had the Doomier-esque and super kind of like ambient, dense tunes. Like this almost sounds like they're kind of veering back to that deathcore
Hmm.
vibes. Like giving me kind of more like Wormwood era
Yeah.
tunes rather than the doomier stuff, So I thought that that was interesting. But I like the lyrics though on that opening. I think it is. Let me read it actually, so I
If you
can
get to heaven and you don't find me there.
just know you're in hell, yeah, or something like
But
that.
but
Yeah.
like I thought it was cool at first, but I thought I was kept mishearing. It's like surely that he's not saying that last part because that doesn't logically make sense. Like if you get to heaven and you don't see me there, then you're in hell. But that doesn't fit the first part of the sentence.
Or he had wrong directions,
But
or
then
she.
he but if he got wrong directions, he wouldn't have been in heaven, which counters the first claim.
Yeah, I I don't know. That's like their Death is the Only Mortal. I'm still stuck on that one. I still can't get past it.
Yeah, I still wish they wouldn't have put the, because if you remove the word the in that sentence, it would have made the whole thing like death is only immortal. It's like, yeah, that fits.
Yeah,
But
right.
death is the only immortal doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's just I can't see my way around that one.
But I will say I do like the ending lyrics. The bury me vertically,
Mm,
with
yeah.
my head exposed.
Yeah. Yeah, brutal as shit. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like Vince's lines are always so epic, and he's got some really good ones in here too. Regardless, yeah, I wasn't crazy about the song, but it still gets me excited for this album. So I always love an Acacia Strain drop, and I think it'd be hard for them to have a bad album at this point. But
Yeah. Yeah. That is the new single by the Acacia Strain called A Call from Beyond.
or A Call Beyond.
Yeah, A Call Beyond. Sorry. I'll have it pulled up. There we go.
Technically speaking.
What the hell?
Oh, did you die?
Nope, for some reason my snipping tool came off, so the screen got all dark.
Oh,
Yeah. Um, Up next, we have a song by a band. I feel like I talked about them the first couple episodes ever of our podcast, but I haven't really talked about them since because they haven't really done anything. It's a small grindcore band from I think like LA area. Um, and that's this band called Hong Kong Fuck You. With the name of the song, The Kids Will Get Their Revenge. Uh, and this is when I think of grindcore, this is what I love about grindcore is that it's not technically proficient, doesn't sound pretty. In fact, it sounds messy and dirty as shit, but it has this energy and emotion that gets the listener going. It gets your blood pumping. You want to just get in there, get in the pit, or do something. And I feel like that's what this band does no matter what. And also, I'm pretty sure, I think someone has said it before, and I never really made the connection until this song. They don't actually have a guitar player. I want to say they only have two bassists. So
oh
everything is
wow.
just the low
Crazy
bass is doing
distorted shit.
everything. Hmm.
Wow. Damn. That's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to this track. I wasn't crazy about it, but it's definitely nasty. Has like a real raw vibe to it and just it's like a grimy, I picture this band playing in some super dingy fucking
Hmm.
spaces.
Yeah. In fact,
But yeah.
what got my interest in this band is I was seeing some live videos. They were playing couple of their first live shows were in a sewer. Like they actually had people like go
Wow.
down to the sewer and play there.
Wow. Nice. That's metal.
Hmm. Also, I guess Better Lovers, they had a show in like the LA area, but I guess it got canceled. So they're putting on a free show in a different location, and they asked Hong Kong Fuck You to open for them as their only opener. So
No shit.
good job,
Wow.
Hong Kong Fuck You. You're getting some more
Damn.
recognition.
That is pretty
Yeah.
tight. Pretty tight.
Yeah. Check out The Kids Will Get Their Revenge by Hong Kong Fuck You. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Lastly, this is on the end of the playlist. It's not really metal, but it's metal adjacent. So I decided to put this on here, and that is the brand new song from the very much legends of just industrial music, especially in the 90s and 2000s. That is this new song by Nine Inch Nails, uh, As Alive as You Need Me to Be. Did you listen to this and what did you think of it?
I did. Um, I didn't think it was anything kind of crazy different from this band. He's got a pretty signature sound. I could tell it was him as soon as I heard the singing. I wasn't even, paying attention to the track listing or anything like that. But yeah, I'm not crazy familiar with their discography, but it sounds like Nine Inch Nails
Hmm.
band. I imagine you'll probably like this. But yeah, it was cool. I did happen to notice that the cover says Tron something, so I guess he did this for a new Tron movie coming out or some shit.
Oh, I'm hoping not.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
was really hoping this was going to be a new album, but no, you're right. I forget that they
yeah.
do that.
Well, and that guy specifically, he's kind of, I want to say he's um kind of known for doing that now, right? Isn't he involved in like movie soundtracks kind of more than even music?
Yeah, him and his production partner Atticus Ross do a lot of like scores and soundtracks for movies nowadays, like they did The Social Network, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and those are
Hmm.
the old ones
That's
that
pretty
when I
cool.
was paying attention they were doing, but I know they do a lot of them now. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I enjoyed this song a lot more than because I've kind of stopped paying attention to this band ever since Year Zero, which came out in like '06. But everything after that was like very boring. Like the Slip.
Mm.
Um, I forget what the other one was called. Has a song Copy of a Copy. And then they have another one I want to say after that, which was also like eh. But this one felt more in line with like especially the beginning reminded me a lot of like their With Teeth era, which I feel like is some of their best stuff, the With Teeth, or if you want to go older to Downward Spiral. I think those are the best albums by them, and it reminded me a lot of that. Except the only issue I have is the chorus felt more like the bland Slip and all that era. But yeah, I love the beginning. It had a lot more energy that I felt Nine Inch Nails has been missing. Felt like they had a
Hmm.
purpose, and then it kind of goes more into that old kind of stuff. But I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the new single by Nine Inch Nails, "As Alive as You Need Me to Be," which is not anticipating to a new album. It is for this new Tron movie, apparently. Damn you, Tron.
I love that title though. I gotta say that. That is a badass title. Has a lot of meaning for such few word.
Yeah, I do like that about Nine Inch Nails. They do a lot of that cool stuff like that. Just saying a lot with as minimal words as you can.
Yeah, yeah. That's a hell of a statement.
Yeah. Are you ready to move on to new album releases? Full lengths.
I am.
All right. First, though, I feel like we should talk about
Disclaimer.
this elephant in the room,
Is it
or what
Russian?
the more aptly entitled, the bear in the room,
Yeah.
the grizzly bear in the room. Um, and that is this new Slaughter to Prevail album, which I feel like is next to Lorna Shore, is like the biggest deathcore band nowadays. Um, so I feel like there's a
After this album, I'd say they're probably the heaviest hard rock band.
yeah.
Yeah.
I I
I
feel like
mean,
the gimmick has ran dry. Like the I,
I don't, you know what? I don't even know that he's riding the gimmick anymore. I think there's some freedom in this. Like I believe that Alex Terrible has kind of pursued his dreams and that he is doing everything he wants to, and I think that's badass for him. Like the dude seems to be happy, doing crazy shit, this bare knuckle fighting shit too, which is nuts. But if there's gonna be an extreme dude to do it, it's obviously gonna be that guy. I mean, he's a crazy individual. I think musically he's doing whatever the hell he wants. I think the problem is that there's no one in the back scene to rein this motherfucker in and say, "Hey, I don't know that that's the best idea musically." And that I think is the biggest issue. Now, with that being said, this band has rose to, I mean, eh, beyond the fame that I thought they were going to achieve ever. So, I guess props to them, but then at the same time, yeah, like I don't think that they are deathcore any longer, especially after this album. I just this one pretty much put a real bad taste in my ears. Like I did not enjoy it. I cringed a lot listening to it multiple times, and it's just like I couldn't help it. I tried to like it, but yeah, man, this band is pretty much off my radar anymore. I think I want to see him pursue his fighting career and just kind of sideline this shit.
Yeah. So, like, I have a lot of my main issue with this album is yes, there are some just weird things in here. It's like this doesn't need to be here. But I feel like my biggest issue with this album feels like such a fucking mess. Like it feels like there's a lot of ideas. Like it doesn't feel like songs. It just feels like here's an idea, oh here's another idea, here's another idea, song's over. Like it doesn't feel like there's really any point to anything in this album. Like I still don't understand why the opening song is Banditos and I don't feel like there's any connection to Mexican culture Banditos except for this random ass sample that is like 30 seconds long in the last minute of the song. It's like, what is this? What is going on? Um,
Yeah.
then you have the
Yeah.
annoying ass I'm Dead, which
The
feels like
Ronnie
Ronnie
Radke.
Radke is in this song, the entire song, except for pretty
Yeah.
much
It's
Alex
a
Terrible in the first minute.
yeah, it's a pile of shit if you ask me. I think they sound terrible together. I don't think that it should have been done. I think that, they're probably friends or acquaintances and it was one of those things. Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna put you on my album. Oh, sweet, I'll put you on mine. That sort of exchange. I don't know. But I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of this. I can't hate on it more. Listening to it, I wanted to get to like Viking, I want to say is a pretty cool song. There's some heaviness in there. I wanted to make it that far, but I couldn't. Um, and then I seen the title of Lift That Shit, and I'm just like, okay, this dude's just writing fucking Jim Bro music anymore. That is his sole fan base, it seems like, Kid of Darkness in 1984, the last two songs, which, Kid of Darkness sound wise was a cool song, but it's just like I'm just tired of this forced singing shit whenever the singing's not even good. I'm sorry, it's just not. You know, and I'm not saying that I can sing better or anything like that, but it's just like fuck, man. Just do the brutal shit that everyone loves you for. You know what I mean? Let's
Yeah.
take it back to the fucking Misery Sermon album. That shit
Yes.
ruled.
Yes.
That absolutely ruled. It dropped a bomb on the metal scene. And then they kind of introduced semi-corny shit in the follow-up from that. And I feel like it was like, okay, we'll let them do it. That Made in Russia album, that was cool. And then after that, it's just WTF, man. WTF.
Yeah. I actually forced myself to listen to this all the way through this morning. So I have a couple more things I need to shit on before we move on with this album. Um,
Okay.
song three. And that's the name of the song. Song three, and it's like
Yeah.
track seven, but it features baby metal.
Yeah, baby
This
metal.
is
I'm
not a
like, oh.
combination we needed at all. I don't want to hear his grisly stuff. And this cutesy like Hello Kitty, you go song three. It's and then also lift that shit is as bro as is the title sounds. It just sounds lift that shit. Just dumb. Um, Now listening to 1984 and remembering that this was their like stop invading Ukraine anti-war album or song, now reading the lyrics like that's just I don't feel like you mean any of this. This is just like the corniest lyrics like think about the children. Let's stop. We're all brothers. Like this is like the most half-assed like stop war now. It's a statement to have a statement. It's not really saying anything. Um, but after all this shitting, I will at least put out some positives there. I think Rodina is kind of okay. It starts off like the annoying kind of singing, but I do feel like it builds a little bit to the end for a good explosion. Conflict isn't too bad of a song, but that's one of the 7 tracks they released before this album came out. So half the
Yeah.
album. Um, and I will say the snare, the snare on this album does kind of sound good. Kind of almost like a slammy sounding snare, but it just gets lost in
Yeah.
everything else because I feel like everything else is just balls to the wall. So it's like you're gonna have to focus on the snare if you're gonna actually hear that awesome snare. And I
Mhm.
will say something. Oh, also, I'm glad he finally brought back his highs. It's kind of different highs. Seems like he's more kind of borrowing from Will Ramos's style. He doesn't have
Yeah.
the range of like highness as Will Ramos does, but he is adding a little bit more of that highs back. And I
Well,
will
the
say,
wicked, like, kind of like whippy, nasty highs he
mhm,
does in the song Russian Grizzly in America. That's
yeah,
actually really cool. Like that is a
hmm
cool element of the album. I just think that was a real creative, like cool creative part, like small moment in this that it's just like, yeah, the highs he's bringing back are absolutely badass. And the dude's no doubt still has talent. Like one of the deepest growls ever produced, I think, for metal.
hmm
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna start shitting on it again. So
And I will say, I was watching a review of someone else shitting on it even more. Um, and I'm trying not to like have his opinion influence mine at all, but he did bring up something, and then since he's pointed out, I can't not unhear it, is that it seems like this band is also pulling a lot like sound wise, especially on this album. And looking back, I think there was elements of it on Costalum or Made in Rush or whatever the album was called. It sounds like they are trying to almost recreate the Iowa sound from Slipknot a little bit.
yeah, I kind of come on, fucking cat. Yeah, you know what? I definitely got a tinge of that with really a lot of their tunes. I started kind of know I don't know where I feel like I picked up on that too, and I don't know where I initially picked up on that, but I want to say like I don't know. I just started like even the guitars, the riffage is a real just kind of it almost seems like it's written kind of like a Slipknot Mick Thompson riff, you
Hmm
know? Like not so much Jim Root and stuff, but Mick Thompson's like riffage like I don't know, I can't remember the song title, but that Backbreaker or something like that on the last album or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
Bone Breaker. I don't know.
hmm
Yeah, that's a badass one, man. But that riff, like particularly, it reminds me so much of Slipknot. But it's that and it's the drums. Because the drummer, he'll like kind of do like the fill and then he'll just take off kind of like and just full double pedal like Joey Jordison and just I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely reminiscent of Slipknot for me.
Yeah. So yeah, there is. I mean, yeah, I can still find a little bit of some good in there. But overall, um, I do not like this album. But yeah, I feel like
Uh,
that's enough shitting and talking about this album. But yeah, if you like the good things we said about this album, or if maybe the bad things we were saying, you think, oh, that actually sounds up my alley, check out this new Slaughter to Prevail album, Grizzly. You can also get the vinyl, which apparently when you play it, it has grizzly bears and stuff. They need to stop with the bear thing. Like, I feel like
oh,
that's almost becoming their annoying ass mascot. It's dumb.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is. Like, I mean, the sounds are cool. Like, he sounds like he's turning into a grizzly bear, like at the end of that track. But,
Hmm
but I mean, I know I'm pretty sure that was the intention, and it's just like his deep, like nostril breathing, like it's just so extra. But I mean, it is kind of a cool talent too. So, but yeah, musically, man, it's just, ugh, I did not like it at all.
Yeah. But hey, let's stop talking about this album and let's move on to an album that was truly awesome. And that is
Yes,
this
for sure.
brand new Abigail Williams album. The name of this album is, what's it called again?
A void. Hang on. A void within existence.
Hell yeah. Actually, you know what? Why don't you I'll let you take the lead on this one because this is more of your band. You've kept up with this band a lot more than I have, so
I've pretty much listened to him almost, I want to say their whole freaking time he's been doing it. Ken Sorceron, basically the front man that's kept it alive. I want to say he's gone through so many member changes now, but what I love about this band is like he's kept a signature sound from album to album. You can always tell when it's Abigail, whether it be like the dreary chordy notes in the back of the music or the fucking piercing highs from like a cave kind of reverb. Sick music, man. But this album, Avoid Within Existence, I think is absolutely badass. So epic. Great black metal tones and sounds, and the cover is one of the most powerful things about the album. I think it's one of that Elran Cantor's best paintings. I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure it's him, right?
Yeah, it's him.
Um, but I just love it. It's, these people are gathered around. They're painting. Looks like they're going to paint this guy hanging. And so they're like, studying him to do their painting. It's one of those things. It's a picture that says 1,000 words. Very badass. But yeah, kick-ass album on top of that, man. Um, Opens up with Life Disconnected, and it's from the get-go, it's just a catchy kind of melody that just sticks with you. And it just has that Abigail traditional sound to it, man. I feel like he's kind of, went from the middle era of their discography. He kind of went crazy, atmospheric black metal with Beyond the Veil. It was very just long, drawn out songs, very just kind of distant vocals. Since then, he's kind of reined it in and kind of gotten more, death metal elements here and there. Um, and this one I think is kind of like the a really good finished product of, but it reminds me specifically of elements from that atmospheric album Beyond the Veil. But if you kind of give that like a death metal just kind of vibe to it, it's really cool and I think very well done. I love how it starts off with Life Disconnected, but then there's back-to-back great songs. Void Within is another amazing one. Um, and then non-existence. Sorry, I was just skimming. Void Within. It's got this specifically relating to Beyond the Veil. They bring back like those eerie kind of strings that they have
Hmm.
in Beyond the Veil. That album and it's just so beautiful. It's great to hear it back. It sounds kind of just like that album, man. Like he took, similar like the same strings or and just different tunes with this one though. And it's just it's so cool. I just love to hear it coming back and great songs written to it, man. But yeah, Non-Existence is another one. Opens up with a badass old school sounding dreary vibe that he's just signature sound to. And then Still Nights, that's one of my favorite like chant vocals. Still Nights. And it's like got an upbeat kind of vibe to it. Super fun. Badass album, man. Front to back, I think it's a great flawless album from this band. I don't think I'll ever get tired of it, man. And it's pretty short song wise. I mean, length of the songs, some are on the little longer side, but this is 7 tracks. Avoid Within Existence. I loved it. What do you think of it?
I also love this album. I will be honest though, I haven't finished it yet. Solely because I keep
Okay.
listening to it like when I'm mid driving somewhere, and then when I get there, I'm only like halfway there. It's like, well, I guess I gotta stop. But I will say, as opposed to when I talked about Cryptopsy and I hadn't listened to it all the way through, I'm already kind of feeling like this could be an end of the list album. So, because there's a lot of good stuff in here that I love. Like, I love it opens up with Life Disconnected, which to me feels like it doesn't feel like a black metal song. It just feels like it's a straightforward, like, death metal song. Like, Abigail Williams went full death metal on the song. Then it kicks
Yeah.
into A Void Within, which is all right. That was fun. That was a punch in the mouth. But now let's go straight back into the black metal Abigail Williams you know and love.
Yeah.
Kicks in with that, then Non-Existence and Still Nights. Um, the big things that stuck out to me as like, wow, this is amazing, was the production of this. Everything sounds perfect. This sounds like the perfectly produced Abigail Williams album. And I might be a
Yeah,
little
I
biased
agree.
simply because the only two albums I really loved and listened to by Abigail Williams is the Beyond the Veil and The Accuser, which both of them have more of a
Oh,
raw production sound, especially The Accuser, that was just pretty much like the most raw you can get with Abigail Williams. But this one is like light years beyond. Is like this is perfectly polished. Everything sounds great. And on top of that, I also want to say the other thing that's like, God damn, this is awesome, was the guitar solos on this are huge highlights on each song
they
so
are.
far. I think that it makes me wonder, is like, where have these solos been? And I don't know if this is Ken Sorceron or if he has like a session musician, but I feel like if these solos are amazing, but I feel like this is the perfect album to have these solos because if these solos were on any other of the albums, I feel like it'd be like, well, I feel like the solo just took away from the song, which this one it doesn't. It kind of just makes the song even better and it works with the great riffs that are going on with it, and
Hmm.
I love that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I remember Void Within did have some of those like you were talking about like what they do within and those other two albums where it's kind of wait, I don't know how to explain that. Dun dun dun, like the not really like the blasting or tremolo picking, but more of like almost like an arpeggio kind of thing, and letting the notes ring, and just letting the drum kind of ride on it. Very black metal feel, but I love it. It almost feels like it's drawing you in down the spiral more. Um, yeah, I'm loving this album.
Yeah,
It's
dude, it kicks ass, man. And it's like it's definitely already a lot more memorable to me than the last album. I want to say A Walk Beyond the Dark. Is that what
mm-hmm.
it was called?
Yeah,
That
and I
one, I love that cover, man, but I could not get into that one. It just did not stick with me at all. This one already seems like it beats it fucking times 10. It's
mm-hmm.
crazy.
Yeah, and I'm in agreement with that because I couldn't get into Walk Me. In fact, I don't even think I've finished it all the way through because it was
Hmm.
just like, it's okay. It's not becoming. It's not the accuser. This one, I almost feel like this could be Abigail Williams' best album, but it's one of those things
Yeah.
I need to listen to a little more, let it sit because it might just be like this whole like a new car feeling. Like I need to let it sit for a little while to determine whether or not that's the case, but it is sounding perfect so far.
There's I also noticed, I want to say they sounded like they got deeper in guitar tone. I think
Hmm.
he went tuning a little deeper or something. If you specifically go to the song Talk to Your Sleep, there's almost like a serious, like after the burial style kind of guitar. It sounds like a it's weird. It's an odd sound, but it actually kind of what it reminds me of. It's almost like I feel like that Ken Sorceron took some stuff from his experience with the tech death wave that he was in with the faceless
Hmm.
instant. You know, I feel like he's brought some tactics back from there, and I feel like they shine on this album. And that song "Talk to Your Sleep," it's almost kind of has that tech death edge, and even the guitar tone almost sounds like it would fit more in a tech death album. But then you also have like another guitar on top of it doing like the constant tremolo black metal style picking, which makes it sound super dark. And so it's like it's a weird kind of sound that he's encompassed with this band. Like I just think it's very cool, but more importantly, like between this and the last album for me brought no emotion. Like yeah, it sounded like black metal and stuff like that, but I didn't really get any emotion. This one, I hear it and song after song, it's just like, damn, like that sounds depressing. It's like, well, it sounds like he went through a rough time writing that one. But like for real though, like that's like the reaction. Like it sounds emotional. It sounds dreary. Like it just sounds sad. And I love that though. That is something that he has done for many songs now. You know, like I said, the last album really didn't stick with me, but I think something happened after that album and he wrote about it, and this is what we got now. So, you know, that's why you just got to keep going, man, because the gold's in there somewhere. You
Hmm.
just got to bring that sadness out sometimes. So,
Yeah. It's an exciting album. I think all of you, if you're listening to this, check out this new William by Abigail Williams, A Void Within Existence. Check it out. You will love it. Death
Oh
Metal
yeah,
Days approve.
definitely.
Um, but yeah, that's it for our new releases. The only other album I realized that was out, I decided not to add because apparently we talked about a song from it last time. And I didn't realize I only added one song. Apparently, a whole album came out and I didn't realize it, and that was Born of Osiris. But
Oh,
I don't know about you, but after hearing that song and also just with kind of somewhat following Born of Osiris, like, man, I'm good to just not have to listen to this. I don't know how you feel about it,
yeah.
but
I'm kind of the same way. Until I see them like prominently coming back on the metal pages that I follow, I might dive in on one of those. But yeah, until then, I think I'm good. And it's just like, I don't think we're gonna highlight a new Falling in Reverse album or Bad Omens or something like that. And that's just kind of what I'm categorizing that band into now. You know what I mean? So,
hmm Yeah, I do feel like if they do go into that category, I feel like they have become like C or D tier because I don't even see them talked about on those bands' pages either. Because I, for some
well,
reason, still get like things like Bad Omens doing this or Sleep Token doing this and stuff like that. But I mean, I never see anything about Born of Osiris. I feel like they are very much on their last leg. Most of the things I see them being posted about is usually their like troll posts, like um, "Surprise, we're no longer a band, we're ending it now," and stuff like that. Like I never actually see people excited about new music or tours that are going on. They're just kind of there nowadays.
yeah. I don't think that they're a lost cause. I think that there's some gold in there still. Like that drummer Cameron Loesch or something, I think
hmm
his name is. Dude's a fucking gotta be a musical genius. He writes drums, or I'm pretty sure he writes multiple instruments for Born of Osiris. I've seen him do guitar playthroughs too, and I was like, holy shit, I didn't know he played guitar. But anyways, the vocalist, I still like the vocalist screams. If he's just screaming, that's cool, but I don't really dig the whole there's a lot of cleans in there. I could tolerate the cleans in Born of Osiris when it was mild and only every so often. Now it seems like it's pretty well every song. I don't really care for that. So if the vocalist goes back to screams, I'm cool with it. But then I also think another key part in saving this band is recruiting the legendary metal veteran that is Jason Richardson. I don't know what bad beef is there still with them in that band, but for the love of Born of Osiris, you guys have got to get that guy back and write another kick-ass album. The Discovery 2. Make it happen, dude. Because quite frankly, I don't think that Richardson is shining enough in All That Remains.
hmm
I think that that band, if anything, kind of muzzles him. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's an excellent dude, and I listened to their last album, and I actually liked the riffage. Like that's what I liked the most about it. But I just think that it's not my favorite sound, and All That Remains. All That Remains just they're just not my favorite band. I don't know. I think he needs to leave All That Remains. Kind of, I don't know. He might take all their money too. Maybe that's why he's in All That Remains is for the money. Because I'm pretty sure Born of Osiris isn't fronting the money that all that remains is. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know,
Well, I also
but
want
I
to say,
think that's what it's going to take to say Born of Osiris.
well, I think that part of the issue, because you brought up money, I think that part of the issue, because I want to say I saw him say that Buenos Osiris actually owes him a lot of money in royalties from the discovery. And I feel like that's probably some of the beef. So,
Shit, yeah, yeah, that's never good. But fuck, was that album gold or what, man?
yeah, that and Tomorrow We Die Alive.
Yeah, that one too.
I don't know. I feel like their
Damn.
big issue, at least for me, the big issue I have with Born of Osiris is I felt like they just went on the train and just playing it safe with their music. It just felt like it was almost like gent light, like not full gent, but just like the
Yeah,
whole like somewhere between gent and just like a lot of open string chugging, and that's their riffs, and that's pretty much all it is. Just relying
yeah,
heavy on like a detuned guitar and just like chugging on it. Maybe putting a note in there once or twice, but I don't know. I got really bored of that really quickly, especially on like Soul Sphere. I want to say there's a White Nile album in there as well or something like that. She's like, it's boring.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, they've kind of fallen into the bad gent genre. That's
Hmm
the genre you don't want to fall into as a gent band, you know.
hmm
There's little gent that the metal scene will tolerate, and when you cross that line into the shitty gent bands, it's like there's no coming back.
hmm
But
It's like being a local new metal band. Like you don't want to be that. You want to be
pretty
the top
much.
tier
Yeah.
or
Yeah, pretty much.
but yeah. That's it for new releases. Do you have any other new releases we missed you want to talk about?
Um, I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered it. Let me check my recent plays just to verify, but yeah, no, that's pretty much it for me, man.
I gotcha. Well, we'll wrap it up for today. Next episode we will be doing new metal news and also some daddy topics. But
Ooh,
until then, Death Metal Daddy's out.
bye-bye.
But that's the name of the song. Song 3, and it's like
Yeah,
track 7, but it features baby metal.
yeah, baby
This
metal.
is not a
Like, oh,
combination we needed.